This demo will use ordinary Scotch tape to show how static charges interact with each other. First, we attach two pieces of tape to the desktop. In order to impart a charge upon the tape, the two pieces of tape are ripped up off the table. Now suppose that the table gives up electrons to each piece of tape. In this case, each piece of tape acquires a negative charge. In the event we guessed wrong, let's instead suppose that the table takes electrons from each piece of tape. In this case, each piece of tape acquires a positive charge. In the end, it doesn't really matter whether the table gives up electrons to each piece of tape or takes electrons from each piece of tape. What does matter is we recognize that in either scenario, the pieces of tape will have acquired the same charge. When we bring the two pieces of tape next to each other, notice what happens. The pieces of tape push each other away. This tells us that like charges repel each other. Next, stick the two pieces of tape together. Now, we could choose to attach sticky side to sticky side, but since we are going to rip the pieces of tape apart from each other, it would be a lot easier to rip them apart if we attach the sticky side of one piece of tape to the smooth side of the other. When the two pieces of tape are ripped apart, some electrons are transferred from one strip of tape to the other. The direction that the electrons move doesn't matter. What does matter is that we recognize the two pieces of tape have acquired opposite charges. When we bring the two pieces of tape next to each other, notice what happens. The pieces of tape move towards each other. This tells us that opposite charges attract each other. We can easily demonstrate this again. Simply attach the two strips of tape to the table, rip them up, and notice how they repel each other. Once again, like charges repel. Next, attach the two pieces of tape together. Rip them apart, and notice how they attract each other. Once again, opposite charges attract. Hopefully, you enjoyed this demo that can easily be done with ordinary tape you have sitting around the house.